keep it short. Mrs. Braun said you know, the majority of what we expect of you guys, but I met Darius it's about 2 years. Wow, yeah, about 2 years, and the first time we met, I just saw the passion that he had for kids, passion he had for sports, and for the Alexandria community, and boys, tight and tight. Else I will put you out. And so he has blessed us to come and speak with you guys today. I'm not going to talk much. I'm going to let him, you know, since we're on time. So, Mr. Darius Gilbert.
All right. Thank you. It feels good to be here, and so this is the first time pretty much that you know, talking in front of a bunch of high school. Normally I'm dealing with doctors and trainers and stuff of that nature, but this is the first time really speaking to a high school group, and I'm excited to be here and just tell my story a little bit about, you know, what I did coming up, and you know, how I've come to be this, most people would say a successful business owner, and just give you a little bit about my background and some of this that I'll be talking to you about today. Not even my coaches, which are, this is my baseball coach year, this is my hitting coach year, and they don't even know these stories that I'm going to talk to you all about today. So just sit back, and at the end, I'll let you ask questions, anything you want to know about my business, anything you want to know about, you know, how do you get started, you know, what I do, and, you know, if you got some, you know, questions about college, you know, school, I'm going to talk a little bit about my careers and about myself in college and what I went through. So just sit back for a second, and hopefully you all enjoy this talk, okay? So first of all, I grew up in Alexandria, all right? I went to, started off, I went to Core Kelly Elementary, okay? Everybody knows Core Kelly right here, right? Okay, and so I started playing football, and I think I won my first championship at Core Kelly. I think I was 10 years old or something, and we won the city championship. We beat Lee in the championship game. The next year, it was funny. A lot of the coaches were trying to pull on me to go here, go there, and I ended up going to Mount Vernon in the 4th grade. And we went to Mount Vernon, and you know, we won football championships, basketball, and after that, obviously, I went to GW. While I was at GW, at the time, GW was ranked, well, we had newspaper articles, a lot of stuff about us as a football team in the nation. I think at the time when I was at GW, we had lost a game in like 8 or 9 years or something like that in football. Basketball, I think we went 22-1, and I was MVP of that team, and we dominated everybody. So after that, I had pretty much all these schools, private schools, coming after me as an athlete. I wound up going to Episcopal. I didn't like it. It was a boarding school. I lived right down the street in Delray, and you know, but I went. Reluctantly, I went. Ended up, you know, being one of the best things that ever happened to me as a freshman. I started running back as a freshman on the football team. I think I might have rushed for like 1,100 yards as a freshman on the senior football team. Played basketball. Really good basketball season, and I also was a top baseball player at Episcopal as well as a freshman. My sophomore year, I was all conference in 3 sports, baseball, basketball, and football. My junior year, I had offers for all 3 sports, basketball, football, and baseball, my junior year. My senior year, and to just give you some background, my senior year we had, and you know, a lot of this talk is about, you know, how, you know, just to stay the course and not to give up, and, you know, just to, you know, push through. If you're passionate about something, you just got to follow through with it. My senior year at Episcopal, I finished as #1 quarterback in the state of Virginia. I committed to Virginia Tech as a quarterback coming out of high school, and you know, things happened, and I actually decommitted to Virginia Tech and wound up going to UK to play wide receiver. I didn't want to play, didn't want to play quarterback, so I wound up going to UK and had, you know, pretty much every ACC school offered me a scholarship. But going back to my senior year in high school, my senior year in basketball, I was as a junior, I broke the school record at Episcopal. I was averaging 25 as a junior. And so my senior year I came back, they had taken, I don't know if any of you all know who Fred Brown is. Anybody know who Fred Brown is? Played at Georgetown back in the day, basketball player. Actually threw the, I think it was North Carolina and Georgetown in the championship game, and he was the guy that threw the ball to Worthy to lose the game. Anybody remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. And that was so he came to, and he came to Episcopal the next year to be the basketball coach. This is my senior year, and we just didn't get along. And so I didn't even play basketball my senior year. And I always think about, what could I have done if I had played basketball my senior year. But anyway, I had signed a football scholarship to UVA, and I was fine with that. Now, going back to my senior year, I had a baby while I was a senior in high school. Okay? I was my baby was born when I went to UVA. So here I am, a college athlete, D1 athlete, starting as a freshman at UVA with a baby. And at the time, it was just normal. I didn't really think about it, but now I look back to that time and it's amazed at how I was able to, do so well having a baby in high school. But in saying that, I would say that having the baby in high school really affected my school. And when I was at UVA, so I ended up leaving UVA after 2.5 years. It's just school, couldn't do my work, worrying about a baby, worrying about my kid. So I left. I sat out football for 2.5 years, and I still had a lot of schools calling me to get back into school. Just all these schools, like come back, come back, come back. I wasn't interested in it. I was at home in Delray. I had my baby. And he's just working a job. It's like, I'm fine, One day, one of my high school classmates, I think Eddie George had won the Heisman Trophy that year, and I played against Eddie George in high school. And when he won the Heisman Trophy, one of my high school classmates called me and was like, dude, you're sitting at home and this guy won the Heisman, and you're 10 times better than this guy was. And so I went back to school, and I went to a smaller school down outside of Memphis. So I think I was 26 when I went back to college. 26, playing football. But in saying that, I was ranked #1 in punt returns, yards per catch, touchdowns, my first year back into football after sitting out for 3 years. Finished off, played 2 more years of college football. It was a smaller school. We had kids transferring from Notre Dame, LSU. They were like myself, who went to these big time schools and for some reason, didn't make it. It was trouble grades, whatever it was. We all had this team. It was this super team that we had. And so coming out, I was slated to be a 4th round draft pick at the age of 27 years old. The draft came, didn't go as I expected. I got a lot of calls, Dolphins, everybody called, and they were worried about things I had no control over. They worried about it, okay? Didn't worry about it at all, right? So I wound up going to Canada to play football for a little bit, and I was up in Canada. My daughter, I think she was 3 at the time, she was sick in the hospital. I called my agent, I said, look, I gotta get out of here. I'm done with football, I wanna go home. I think I was playing for like $50,000 or something. It's like I'm not playing football for that type of money. So I went home and then I just got a job. I like to work out. I used to work out I used to be way bigger than this. I think I was like 220 pounds at one point in time, and I'm probably about 200. But I like to work out. And so it was just a friend of mine. She's like, wow, you like to work out? Why don't you do something with this? And I just said, it's okay. I just spent a couple $100 when I got a personal training degree. And quickly, right away, I was hired at Gold's Gym down Route 1. And just within 6 months, I had probably 30 clients. And it was just blew up really, really fast. And I had all of these people. Now, I was passionate about what I was doing. They knew I was passionate about what I was doing. And they wanted to spend time with me and spend a lot of money with me. Maybe 2 years after I got my personal training degree, I would remember driving down Richmond Highway by the Krispy Kreme, and I saw a sign that says release. And I didn't have a business plan. I had some money. I didn't have a business plan, and I called the owner, and it's like, hey, if you got this amount of money, you can move in. And I was like, sure, okay, let me move in. And that was it. Once I opened my own business, it just took off. I didn't know how to run a business. I was more of a trainer who had a business, Okay, I was just, I didn't understand how to run a business. But over that time period, I really did immerse myself into learning how to run a business. I didn't learn any of this stuff in college. Everything that I've learned, I didn't learn in college. I can tell you that now. Everything I've learned, I went out and bought, paid for courses, paid for stuff to teach me what I need to know to run a successful business. And today, if you look at my business, we train y'all's baseball team. We got some of your lacrosse. We got kids from all kinds of sports. We train pitchers. We train hitters. I had my own futsal. I don't know if any of you are familiar with futsal, but I had my own futsal league. Within 5 years of opening up a business, I had my own indoor field hockey league. And again, it's just I was passionate about helping people. I had my own soccer team. I didn't even know how to play soccer, but I had my own team, and everything just kind of came together. But the one thing I can say is that throughout all those times, I was always confident in myself. Never ever did I not think that I was going to not be successful. Always knew it. I had the drive. I had the passion. Whatever it took for me to get to where I wanted to be, that's what I was going to do. Okay, and I can guarantee you, if I can go deeper into my story, and my stories are probably some of you all have some of the same stories as I do. Growing up in Delray and being around at that time, it was bad in Delray when I was growing up. Okay, a lot of people don't know. You all don't know that. Delray, Uptown, it was bad. Okay, huh? Yeah, there you go. Okay, it was a lot of bad stuff. Okay, but I chose not to get into that stuff. I was a good student. I wasn't a great student, but I was a good student. I never missed school. In fact, as I tell my clients, the only 2 awards I ever got in school was perfect attendance and the presidential award. That's it. That's all I got. And I got the perfect attendance because my mom was too poor. I had to go to school if I was sick. So those are the only 2 awards that I got. But I'm here to tell you today is that about, you can't let anything hold you back from what you want to be in life. Okay, you just can't do it. Okay, you have to find out what you want in life. It's so funny. I was talking to one of my clients yesterday. Okay, he's a 12-year-old kid, and he wants me to consult him on his business. He's 12. Okay, so if a 12-year-old kid start a business, anybody can start a business. And I'm going to consult with him and help him run his business. He's 12 years old. Okay, and so find out what your passion is. And I always say, if you're looking to start a business, it's very simple to do, bit and hard to do. First of all, you have to be passionate. I think we came up with a lot of the stuff within our business. We didn't even know it was, hey, what do people want? What do people need? You can go on Google, do a Google search, type something in. How many people are looking for this topic? Okay, if there are 500,000 people looking for a topic and there's nobody there to sell them anything, got a business right there. Create the product. Okay? It's not that hard. You don't have to, I didn't graduate from anything. Okay? I didn't graduate from college. I graduated from Episcopal. But I didn't graduate from college, but I did not let that hold me back. Didn't let it hold me back. Okay? I got 5 daughters. I got four daughters. Okay? One of my daughters just started going here 3 weeks ago. And she's not here today, but she just started going here, and I got 1 son. And my wife, been with her since Episcopal, since the 9th grade, 27 years. I've been with my wife, 27 years, and 5 kids. And we have a house in D.C., a place in Alexandria. And I'm sure my coaches can tell you, as far as my business goes, we're growing like crazy. Not to brag, but I might work a couple hours a day and make a ton of money, okay? Working a couple hours a day. Now, how did I get to that? And again, it was hard work and passion. I wanted to become the best at what, I wanted to become the best. I didn't want to become second best. I wanted to become the best. I wanted to become the best trader, okay? I surrounded myself with these powerful, powerful people. Most of my friends are doctors. I never thought I'd be growing up and I'm telling the doctors what to do. Okay? And I never thought it would be that way. But I learned, I surrounded myself. Now I have people traveling from Berlin to come and see me, to come to my seminars and certifications, all across the world. This is a guy that grew up in Cork-Kelly, went to Cork-Kelly School. Okay, I've done in-service for INOVA, 40 doctors standing there listening to me talk. Okay, and it's nothing special about me. Okay, I did work hard and I was passionate about it. And I'm still at the same way. I don't get it, don't mess around. I'm really focused about what I want to be in life, what I want to do in life. And I think if you, I'm not this rah-rah guy, but, there's no reason that any of y'all can't be whatever you want to be. You just have to, you have to have passion. You have to have passion. As simple as that. And I'll talk just a little more about my business, and then we'll take some questions. Y'all can ask me anything that you want to ask me, okay? Right now, with our business, we're looking to, our business is built around traveling around the country, working with doctors around the world, actually, around the country, around the world. These guys here will be traveling with me around the world to talk to these doctors, to train their staff, to help them infuse cash into their business. Okay, again, I'm just telling you these things because I'm not a special guy. Not a special guy. Episcopal helped me out a lot. It taught me how to deal with certain people. I went from a school where GW, was mainly African American on all sports. So Episcopal was the only black person on the whole team. The only black African American person on the whole football team. Okay? Taught me how to deal with people. Taught me a lot of good things about people. And also with our business, we're doing an internship. So we have a couple with TC. So if any of you all are interested, we have an internship. I won't be doing a whole lot with it this spring, but if anybody wants to see how DSP operates, what we do with our athletes, because I can tell you now, what we do with our athletes, let me talk a little bit about that, okay? What we do with our athletes, there isn't a program in this country that can do what we can do with our athletes. We've had kids who come in and jump 12, 13 miles an hour in their pitching velocity in 5 weeks. If I told any pitching coach, professional pitching coach that, they would say I'm lying. But we do it regularly, okay? My business is built around the kettlebell. A lot of you all are probably familiar with it. You probably see it in your weight room. And it's a very, very special tool because it allows me to train for rehab, it allows me to train for performance, and it allows me to train people who want to lose weight. It's that special, but you have to know how to use it. I want to take a couple of questions from you all about anything you might have about my business, about me, any questions that you might have. Go ahead. I want to hear you. I want this to be more of a dialogue, so you all can talk. Go ahead.
So you take an athlete, like they want to come to your business. You take an athlete and then what?
So we screen all of our athletes. All of our athletes are screened. Okay. If you don't assess an athlete, then you're guessing. So if you're not assessing, then you're guessing. So how can I help you if I don't even know what you do well or what you do bad? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I'm not here to step on anybody's toes, but if anybody just jumps into a weight room, you don't know if you're doing good or you don't know if you're doing yourself good or you're doing yourself harm. Maybe, say if you're a guy who, benches 500, okay? Benching 550 isn't going to make you a better football player, I can tell you that much. Okay, having mobile hips and a stable core and some power, that's going to make you a better football player. I think, how many football players have we got in here today? Oh, wow. Okay. So I've talked to Coach a couple of times, and I wish I had more time to give. But I can tell you now what we do with an athlete and what we can do for your speed and your vertical. You just can't get it anywhere in this country with what we do with our athletes. I think we had a kid. Your son Scott Daniel runs track, right? Yeah. Freshman. I think will he run varsity this year, you think?
I don't know.
You don't think so?
I don't know.
Freshman. But anyway, he was just a fast kid when we got him. Now he's on TC's track team. and he is explosive. We got him jumping over, he's about 130 pounds. He's jumping over hurdles on 1 foot, 36-inch hurdles off of 1 foot. Not 2 feet, over 36-inch hurdles off of 1 foot. Okay? Not many people can do that. I can look at professional athletes, and I'm not making this up. Most professional athletes can't even do some of the things that some of my 13 and 14-year-old kids are doing right now. Okay? We got a kid, we just sent a kid to UVA when he met us. Okay? He came to us. And I'm just talking again a little bit about my business and, you know, how we train athletes. I think that'll be good for right now. We had a kid who came to us, he was throwing 81 miles an hour. He had no schools looking at him, 0 schools looking at him. Okay, and I think 12, 13 months, he's throwing the ball 93 miles an hour and goes to UVA to play pitch. It's no time. He had no schools looking at him. And if anybody knows how the college scene works for baseball, UVA don't look at seniors and juniors. They look at freshmen and sophomores. So the fact that they actually took him as a senior was like, where did this kid come from? We've never seen anything like this. And to show our program and how, you know, how powerful it is. So he's at UVA now. He's at UVA now. His broad jump was 9.99, 9.899, something like that. 9.9. He's a pitcher. He's 160 pounds. He's at UVA. He's not doing our workouts anymore. His broad jump went down to 8.7, and his velocity is down to 85 miles an hour. So this is a D1 program, school I went to, who has my pitcher, and he's losing his speed, his power, and his velocity. And that's just, our program is just totally, it's built on explosion, power, speed. Okay? Go ahead. Go ahead. You sure?
To start out, so you have to pay for the course, right?
You're all right. So, you said how much do it cost? Is that the question?
Of course you are.
Scott, would you like to talk about how much we charge?
No.
So, let me just say this. Let me just say this. And whatever you pay for is more than worth it. And I say that to parents all the time. How much is it worth to you as a parent to have your kid want to come to my place every single day? You know what I mean? That's the power, right? So if you got a son or whatever, and he's like, I want to go see Darius every single day, money, you can't explain the price on that.
So it's like, how you sign up?
All right, so right now, and I'm sorry, right now, you know, we're really transitioning to me getting out of training completely. And the good thing about my business is I really don't have to be there. I don't have to work in my business anymore. My business can run by itself. And I choose to work in my business a couple hours a day just because I enjoy seeing the kids, but I don't have to work. But, you know, I would talk with coach and you know, I was really thinking about something for TC where we, you know, with the internship, we could actually get some of the football players certified so they can actually run my program without me having to be there. And I think that's the solution for you all. It's really fun. Again, it's that we teach the athletes about what they're doing. We don't just say, hey, go in the weight room and bench or go in the weight room and squat. Okay, we want to teach you. And just to give you a little more background on the type of program that we use for all of you all in the weight room. So what about the football team? What kind of workouts are you doing in the weight room? And I know this doesn't count for everybody, but we'll get that.
You say everything. You say everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
All right, so now let me ask you this. Okay, so what does a program like? Is it, what are your reps? And I can give you some more information on
4 by 5.
4 by 5?
3 by 8. 4 by 8. 3 by 8.
It's like 8 weeks, so we first start off by having like a lot of reps, and then we get lower and lower, and we get more weight.
Okay.
Just like that.
Okay. All right, let me give you a simple of a 12-week program from ESD. Okay, all of our athletes work out year-round, and they go on 4 11-week programs, okay? So it's something that we use called triphasic training, and that's the secret outside of the kettlebell to what we do with our athletes. And again, I use this for general population people as well. People who want to lose weight, they do the same thing as my athletes going to do. And if you came to my gym and you saw, you know, I have a men's group who works out in the morning. These guys are stronger than anybody. And my ladies who train with me, they're stronger than their husbands. Seriously, it's not even close. It's not even close. And they're lean, they're small. They look like ladies. They don't look like power lifters or weight lifters, okay? They look like ladies, and they're explosive, and they jump, and they sprint, and we do all that type of stuff. All right, so we go on 4 11-week programs, okay? The first 3 weeks of the program is focused on eccentrics. Any of you all in the weight room know what eccentrics are? Eccentrics. You got three phases of a lift. You got an eccentric, an isometric, and a concentric. Okay, so what are you thinking of eccentric? What part of the squat is an eccentric?
Going up.
Going down. That's concentric. Coming down. Okay, so let me tell you this. Okay, so if you want to get fast, if you really want to get fast, and you want to get explosive, okay. The first 2 phases of the lift are the most important, okay? Can you control the weight, and can you stop the weight? Okay? So if you're taking weights and you're just bouncing them, you're wasting your time, okay? You're just wasting your time. Remember this, you can only produce what you can absorb, right? So if you can't absorb force, how can you produce it? So if you got a squat and your back is all in you can't produce force, okay? Because you can't absorb it. So, when we squat, we spend 3 weeks on just 5, 4, 3, 2, slow counts down. Second week, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Then we go to isometric, which is 5-second hold at the bottom of the squat. Next week, 5-second hold at the 4-second squat. Then, once we're preparing for a competition, which is at the end of the 4 weeks, everything is reactive and explosive. Quick, light weights, quick and fast. Okay? Train fast, you play fast. Big weights, okay? Understand this, okay? Strength has nothing to do with explosion and power. You only need so much strength, okay? And this is why I said if you bench 500. I've had the Redskins intern come in with me, and I look at their program. It's like, this is, you know, it's bad. Look at the Redskins, okay? I'm with the Redskins, but I can tell you now, the way they train their athletes is not good. Okay? Again, if you have a guy that's 27 years old, he's already strong enough to be in the NFL. Why are you trying to put more strength on top of that if he moves poorly? You get what I'm saying? You need to spend more time on becoming mobile, stable, and now you don't have these ankles and these ACLs and all these stupid injuries because they're lifting too much weight and they have no core. Okay? So you begin football. If you're a lineman, you gotta have some armor, right? As a lineman, you gotta have some armor. But outside of that, I don't think anybody else needs to be doing all that heavy stuff because again, it's about power, force production. How much force can you produce? Not about how much you bench. It has nothing to do with force to it. When I worked out in front of 24 NFL teams, not one of them maxing the bench press. Not one of them maxing the bench press. They just wanted to see me do my 5-10-5 shuttle. They wanted to see my jump, and they wanted to see my L drill. That's it.
No 40?
With my 40 shuttle, L drill, vertical jump. It's the only test I did for 24 NFL teams. Never did a bench press. My 40 was an average, maybe 4.45, and you know, it's just, but let me say this. Let me say this though. Let me say this about speed, okay? Is that at UVA, there were guys at UVA who were, you know, who ran 4.2, 4.3 from Florida. They were track guys though, and I was still starting over those guys. They were juniors and seniors. Doesn't matter how fast you go this way, okay? How fast can you go this way? And I was able to get in and out of my breaks quicker than anybody else. So 4.45 was fast, but you could get some people who run 4.45 who can't run by people. I could run by people because I know how to get out of my breaks quicker than the next person. So I would say speed and agility, your ability to decelerate and cut is better for football than how fast you run straight ahead. Because I can put my hands on you if you're a wide receiver. You can't run a 4.2 if I got my hands on you, right? Okay? But if you put your hand out there and I'm that way, you're stuck, you're there, I'm there. So, your ability to decelerate and cut has more to do with sport performance than how fast you can run straight ahead. Okay? Any other?
Didn't your daughter play sports?
My daughter played basketball. She played basketball, but she didn't play because she just transferred to TC. Obviously, you'll see this. Who knows if she even made the team? She's a basketball player. My little daughter, soccer and track, and my little son is 2, so he's not playing this sport. He's a junior. Why are you smiling like Do you know who my daughter is? I'm not going to say anything. Go ahead.
How do you guys incorporate hip mobility and flexibility? So how do you incorporate hip mobility and flexibility into your program? I know
Let me answer this question. Let me answer this question. Okay, and you coach here?
Yeah, I actually coach the football team.
Okay, good. I would love to talk to you. I'd love to talk to you.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff that we do, the hip mobility work is actually included into the workout. Now, we do a lot of hip mobility stuff as soon as they come in. We screen a kid. The kid automatically knows his weakest link when he comes through our door. So they're going to go grab maybe a foam roller, a lacrosse ball, or something to start working on their feet, working on their hips, back, T-spine, or something like that. But a lot of the exercises that we use with the kettlebell automatically challenge the hip mobility, because a lot of the stuff we do is hip extension, which, I can tell you now, I can screen your athletes and I can show you, like, most of them have no ankle mobility. Most of them have no hip mobility. Most of them have glutes that don't fire. Most of them have a core that's not, we don't, when we talk about, when I ask kids what they do for core, most of them tell me crunches and flexion-based stuff. And to me, anytime you're flexing your spine like that, you're actually making an athlete weak. Okay, and so say for instance, if you want to do something, this is a favorite hip mobility exercise of mine. It's just getting somebody here, getting a heavy kettlebell and making them stand here and hold it, and you'll see them stand up, and their hips will just open up. So when I can make that hip become a stabilizer, when I can actually make my hip help me maintain balance, it'll just open up naturally. Okay, so the one thing about your athletes you got to understand, and the thing about football players is, football players, they do the global stuff, the big stuff, which is good. But, football is about the smaller muscles. It's about the intrinsic muscles. It's about the deeper muscles in your core, multifidus, diaphragm, stuff like that. That's performance. Pecs and biceps and quads, those aren't performance muscles. And so we really train the intrinsic muscles, which in turn just open up your hips, man. And, it's simple stuff, but people don't have this information.
Right.
And once we talk to coaches and we talk to kids, they walk out and they're like, man, I feel like I can do anything right now. You're just giving me information. I know I can become a better player from what you just told me. And I would definitely like to talk to you more about some things that you can do with the hips. And again, I think, as a coach, the best thing is to educate your athletes on why they're doing stuff so they buy into it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Every kid that comes through my doors wants to work for me. They want to work, they want to teach, they don't want to leave, because we're educating them on why they're doing the exercise. We just say, hey, go bench or go deadlift. Okay, why are we doing this? We need you to work on your foot. We need to get your foot stronger. We need to get your glute to fire. So, good. Huh? How to get your glute to fire? You need your glute to fire? right, so, I'll say one thing, let me answer this question real quick, okay? So when you run, the running motion looks like this, right? Okay, so now most of you all are locked up here. This is tight, right? So if this is tight, this is automatically weak and won't fire. So if I can open this, if I can activate this or make it stronger or get it to release, automatically this is going to turn on. Now we'll do some glute bridges. We'll do a lot of glute bridges. We do a lot of band work. We do a lot of single leg stuff. Are you doing any single leg stuff?
No.
Like what? No. What the key is once you get strong enough with 2 feet, you have to progress yourself to 1 foot. Sports are played on 1 foot at a time. You don't do anything on 2 feet playing football. Maybe your stance, but then your next move is here. And so you can see, and so when I can train myself on 1 foot, okay, when I'm picking up a heavy kettlebell off 1 foot, now I'm working my core, my hip, my ankle, my foot, my knee, and my back. Instead of when I just do a barbell back squat, what am I working? I'm really not, I'm a big squatter, you know. I love squat. But as far as sports goes, it's not a good exercise to transfer to sport to do. How many sports are played up and down? Name them. Basketball, and only for a little bit. What else?
Track.
High jump. Not just high jump. What else? Volleyball, maybe. But other than that, all sports are played in a sagittal plane from left to right, right? So why are you training in a plane of motion that you don't even get to in your sport? Why am I training a back squat when my sport is played this way? Do you get what I'm saying? You don't want to waste time and weight. How much you pay me? How much does it cost?
How much do they get paid? Maybe if they work for you.
Oh, if they work for me. Yeah. Well, you said don't answer All right, so now I want to talk really quickly about our internships. So we had an internship last year. We had a couple of baseball players, John Donnelly and Greg Everett, his son, who's at Virginia Tech, does at JMU. And then we had a couple kids from Episcopal, and I actually had a couple interns come from George Mason University. So we have a relationship with the kinesiology department at George Mason, where they send me interns. And so right now, we're in the middle of trying to take our entire program at George Mason University, what we do with our athletes, and I'm actually trying to get them to be a provider, a CEU provider for the courses that I'm teaching, so they can steadily send me all of their kinesiology students. And if I can get that, again, I mean, it's just, there's so many ways to go about my business, it's everywhere. But with that experience, we only can take a couple of kids, and just because, again, I'm not doing that much this spring, I won't get down this much this spring. And but if a couple people are interested, you can get the information from the counselors, or you can just even give me a call, and we can talk about possibly getting you in. If not this spring, we really do need work in help in the fall and the winter. In the winter, I think we just had almost 80 kids in our program, 30 pitchers, and this is on top of my adult clients. So I got a ton of adult clients, and we got a ton of kids, and the kids that we work with are little too, like 10. We get 8-year-olds in soccer, hockey, whatever sport it is, we get them all. And so if anybody's interested in it, you can get that information from the counselor. I can just talk to you a little bit about it, but I'm hoping, especially with the football team, is to talk to coach and just figure out some way that I could, just help out and just offer any help on, weight training and some of the stuff that we do. And if you ever wanted to get a group of kids together and then bring them to my place, and I can do maybe a little seminar, get you all a little workout or something, show you what we do, teach you about the kettlebell, actually spend a few hours with you all. I mean, that's worth it. So you can go to the weight room on your own and figure out what to do. We don't want anybody relying on us. We want to teach you what to do. I don't want to be your trainer forever. I just want to teach you. I just want to teach you what you need to know, and you figure it out on your own exploration, and you figure it out. You have to enjoy it, though. Okay? Any more questions? Sure. How much time we got?
So ask the question.
I'm sorry, I didn't go into that. I didn't go deeper into my story. But
I'm not sure if you expounded on this, but you talked about like some of the students who you've had in the past, or even current students. What are some of the things that they're doing right now?
my students,
Yes.
well, a lot of them are in college right now. So most of the kids who come to DSP, again, because we educate these kids, is they immediately go into college and go into kinesiology or exercise science, because they see it's a way that they can really help somebody. And again, I don't have an exercise science degree, but I did surround myself with some of the top doctors in this country, so I think a good field, if you like exercise, or if you want to if you like working with people, and you want to, the service industry, my industry is never going to disappear. This is an industry that's always going to be there. People need people. People need people to help them out. So if you think about it, long term, I would suggest anybody who enjoys working with people or just likes working out, or if you're an athlete, we got a couple of golfers who are probably will turn pro at the age of 17. Okay, two they're like 13 right now. One will probably turn pro at 16. And I'm telling him, why would you spend, 5,000 hours learning how to play golf and then go get a desk job? Why don't you take that 5,000 hours you did learning how to play golf and teach somebody else how to play golf? You get what I'm saying? So do something that you enjoy doing, or something that you can wake up. I'm amazed every day I get up, every day, and I get to work with these people, and I'm around people. It's not a job to me. It's fun. There's not a day I don't get up and I'm excited about pushing forward, a proposal, something, a combine. Every day I get up, I got a ton of emails. Can you do this? Can you do that? It's exciting to me. It's not work at all. Not work. I think it's more work for me not to be there. Because just like what's going on. But you got to find that passion. Find something that you do. If you play tennis, if you get tennis lessons, why not teach somebody else how to play tennis? How many people does it take? My daughter, I'm going to open up a dance school for my daughters. Okay? I'm going to help them run it, set it up for them. They like to dance. Okay, let's go. Let's get you a dance school going to open up. And you're going to do right. You're going to work hard. You're going to follow my lead. They're not even out of high school. I want them to have their business before they graduate. Not go to college or after college. I want them to have their business right now. Okay? And I suggest the same thing for you all. If there's something you like, follow it. Okay? Any other questions? Go ahead.
What does DSP stand for?
Dynamic Sport Performance. The name of my business. So my business is located, everybody's familiar with Old Town. So I'm located in Old Town, right off King Street. Right off King Street, and I think it's a special place for me. It's a special place. I grew up. My father used to work on King Street. He used to take me. I used to take out the trash at King's Jewelers and bread and chocolate. If I wanted some Jordans, hey, come to work with me. Okay, I work, you go get me some shoes. But he had me out working early, and it's just so special to be able to, grow up in Delray, and to open up my own business and still have a place in Delray. It's a special feeling. There's nothing like it. I can walk to my business. I can walk to my business every morning if I want to.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
How did you go from one of thousands of Gold's Gym trainers around the country to hanging out with doctors? How did you make that leap?
The doctors, they came after me.
How did that happen?
And so what happened was, again, I will go back to the kettlebell. So the kettlebell, it was this tool that came to America back in 2000. And I saw it for what it was worth. Everybody else thought it was some other, like side trick or whatever. I was like, man, if I had this when I was playing at UVA, who knows what I would have been doing? And let me tell you this now. I think I have a video on my Facebook where I dunked the basketball at 42 years old. 2 hands. Okay, how many people do you know can do that? I'm 5'10", I'm not tall. Okay? Okay, so I'm doing some of the things I'm doing some of the things at 42 that I was doing when I was 18 years old. Okay? And this is because of that too, but I had all these doctors, they knew I was this big kettlebell guy, and it was taking over fitness. So I had all these doctors from around the world contacting me, like, let's do a seminar together, and the next thing you know, they invite me to come and talk and do stuff, and you know, it just took off. It just took off. Me? Football? Oh. Never lose my hands. Never lose my hands. So, yeah. Who's coming to the job? Anybody else got any questions? Can I work out for free? Is that right? I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna get with y'all's coach, man, and I'm gonna do a few sessions, just invite y'all to my place, man. Invite y'all to my place and see what we're talking about. And I can guarantee you, you'll leave my place thinking, hey, I'm going D1. I'm gone. I'm ready to go. I'm right off. You know where Ward Village is. So I grew up in Ward Village. I guarantee you, I know all of you all's, grandparents and stuff like that. I was supposed to be the quarterback on the 91 TC Williams team. And so I was a quarterback at GW. And I just remember, oh my God, I remember sitting in school and all the TC football coaches came to GW. They came and grabbed me out of class. They were like, what are you doing? And I said, I'm gone. And I said, I'm gone. And it wasn't nice. Let me just say that. And so I was supposed to be the quarterback in that state championship. Yeah, it worked out like that. Anybody, any questions non-football related?
Last question, you have to wrap it up.
Last question, non-football related? I don't keep business cards. I like to call people.
We have his contact information.
All right?
All right, let's hear.
You have a question.
All right. Let me say something real quick, okay? So this is Richie. He don't even know me, but I'm close friends with his mom. He don't even know me. Together, that's all. Y'all good? Huh? What's my daughter's name? Jason. How do you know Jason's my daughter?
I don't know.
Get away from my daughter.